What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. On this day, 7 years ago, DJ Clay released the final chapter, I guess you could say, in the Book of the Wicked series of his mixtapes, with Book of the Wicked Chapter 2. So, for our year of reviews, let's jump right in and take a look at this. Okay, first of all, I do want to throw out there and say that this is actually my least favorite mixtape that has been put out by DJ Clay. I take that back. The Sideways Room was, you guys know that review. I did that earlier this year. I take that back. But on the same hand, I don't really consider the Sideways Room a full-on mixtape because it was kind of like I don't even know what you would call it. It just was a huge letdown. But if we're talking actual mixtape with the artists all putting in tracks, this is definitely my least favorite. But let's just jump into it and talk about it. We'll get to that. There's the front. Pretty dope looking picture there. You got fucking blood stains and shit in the back. ICP and Twisted together on the front. Pretty dope. There's the spine of it. Pretty dope. Turn it over to the back. You got Boondocks, Blaze, and ABK with the track list. And the track list is Intro, Rock the Axe by Axe Murder Boys. Bitch I'm Sexy remix from Dark Lotus. The Strangler, Down with the Wicked Shit, Shaggy of ICP and Blaze. The Poison, The Wicked Show, which is Anybody Kill It and DJ Clay. Fuck the Radio, which is Violent J and Bones Dub. The Burning, Last Song Heard, which is Boondocks. The Disposal, Hey Ho, Otis and Violent J. The Stabbing, Who Is It by ICP. The Message, Crossroads Inn remix by Twisted. The Shooting, Pen and Paper by DJ Clay, and an outro. So let's jump right into this and why I wasn't a huge fan of this. Shit ton of skits. You had the intro, you had the Strangler, you had the Poison, you had the Burning, you had the Disposal, you had the Stabbing, you had the Message, and you had the Shooting. Those are all skits. Every single one of them. It honestly was overkill for me. I didn't care for it. I felt like it was a huge overkill. Really, the only skit I find myself even listening to is I will listen to the Burning and then let it go into Last Song Heard, just because it's I don't know, it goes well together and I like it a lot. But all the rest of them I'm just not a huge fan of. Now let's talk about the actual tracks. Rock the Axe is an okay track. I'm not a huge fan of the Axe Murder Boys, but it was okay. You guys know how I feel about remixes, so I've really only listened to Bitch I'm Sexy once, maybe twice. Down with the Wicked Shit is pretty fucking dope. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that is the first time we've ever had a Shaggy and Blaze solo track like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe they've ever. I don't think it's ever just been Shaggy 2 Dope and Blaze Ya Dead Homie on a track. So that was definitely a unique track for me. I thought it was pretty dope. Fuck the Radio is the shit. Last Song Heard is my jam. Who Is It? Absolutely fucking love Who Is It. And if you guys do not know, actually both verses on Who Is It was taken off of the track Fuck Dem, which is Mars featuring ICP, which can only be found, well now it can be found on the incredible collectible collection that was released at the Gathering this year, but prior to that it could only be found on a sampler that was put out. I can't remember exactly which one. I believe 2000, maybe 2001, there was a sampler that they put out and that had it on there, or it had Fuck Them on there. And Pen and Paper I like. The rest of it, super skippable. Like I said, I didn't care for the skits, and there's a lot of tracks on here I just didn't like. So this is easily my least favorite mixtape that has been put out. Usually if I come to Book of the Wicked Chapter 2, I usually will listen to Down with the Wicked Shit. I'll skip over, listen to Fuck the Radio. I'll let the Burning and Last Song Heard play. Then I skip over to Who Is It, and then I listen to Pen and Paper, and I'm out of there. And the way I usually consider an album liked or not is you have to like at least half the songs. So out of 19 tracks, I have to like at minimum, because 19 is an odd number, I have to like at least a minimum of 9 tracks, and I like I don't like 9 tracks, so I definitely didn't care for this at all. So yeah, we're done talking about the tracks. Let's just take a look on the inside real quick. It is a mixtape, so it's a digipack. There you have DJ Clay chilling like a fucking boss. You got all the credits and everything in here for the tracks. You got a blood splattered up disc. Pop it open. There you have thank yous. And that is Book of the Wicked Chapter 2. Again, like I said, it was a huge, huge letdown. I don't know, I didn't care for it, man. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't blown away. And I remember after this one came out, it was kind of like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe Chapter 3 will be better. And we never got Chapter 3. After that, it was A World Upside Down in 2013, like years later. So that is my review for Book of the Wicked Chapter 2. Honestly, I would say listen to the tracks that I named. I would go give it a listen to see what you think. But I would save your money, get a CD. Like if you're collecting CDs right now, you're trying to collect CDs, you could definitely put this on the back burner and wait on getting this and just listen to it online. I hate to say that, but that's exactly how I feel about it. Just a huge letdown, but the few tracks that it does have is why I hang on to the CD. So that is my review. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.